Hi, I'm reading you a different devotion today. I've read this to you before. It's called Letting God by A. Philip Parham. It was my mother's book. My mother gave it to me, and my mother read it and loved it. And often when she liked a book she read, she would give, I've said this before, she'd give it to us kids, and sometimes that would be well received and sometimes it would not. So by me, I always took her books and I usually read them. Like, I have my oldest brother, who was Tim, who was he's the one that was mostly on drugs most of his life, but he was really smart. He was a arborist. He sold trees, like for people's gardens, and he worked for a tree company. He went into business for himself, and I don't think that was a good idea for him because, yeah, he got worse, and yeah. But he would keep my mom's books, but I don't think he would read them. And then, some of my siblings would get angry. But anyways, I love this book. And this was given back by my sister. And then my mom asked me if I wanted it. And I'm like, sure. And it's very good. October 28th. Truly I say to you today, you will be with me in paradise. Luke 23:43. There are times when we are burdened and tired. We feel defeated and deflated. Our strength is gone. We are desperate. A few years ago, a woman went to the Mayo Clinic for a routine checkup. After the examination, Dr. Charles Mayo frightened her with this news. You need an operation at once. The patient was overcome by fear and said, but I'll be all alone. Dr. Mayo gently laid his hand on her shoulder and said, no, you won't. I'll be with you. This very thing happened to Jesus in the Garden of Gethsemane. Say that 5 times fast. He felt his Father's gentle hand on his shoulder, assuring him of his presence. We can have the same reassurance. When we are burdened and down, when we feel alone and weak, we can anchor our hopes on the following 3 truths. God believes in me, therefore my situation is never hopeless. God walks with me, therefore I am never alone. God is on my side, therefore I cannot lose. I like that one. In fact, God has a special and secret gift of grace in the midst of our trouble. Seek him in it. Someone has written, we are not here to play, to dream and drift. We have work to do and loads to lift. Shun not the struggle, face it, 'tis God's gift. Help me, Jesus, to believe in your presence with me always, and to face each trial with you at my side. Amen. So I decided to discontinue reading the William Barclay. I might read a different one every day because I have so many, and I have The Confident Woman, which is really good. I'll show you. And in December, I will have been completely through. This is a Confident Woman devotional, and it's funny. I had one. I donated it to Friends of the Library, and this is a new one I got at the Joyce Meyer conference in 2022, and it's upside down because that's why the thing is like that, and it's in the thing upside down. But this one's very good. That's why I bought another copy of it. So I'm probably going to do a different one every day. When I started doing the devotions, that's what I would do. Um, the daily celebration is very good, but it was written back in the 60s, and I'm kind of sad to say, but William Barclay is very traditional and old-fashioned, and it's a little bit focused just on men, and that's why I decided the one I was about to read today was, men have to be, and he was talking about men in the ministry and all that, but it really doesn't apply to people today. And it's interesting that, he was a Christian universalist, and that's why I read it, but he doesn't talk about that. So I'm like, let me move on. So I like devotions that help me every day. And see, that one, this one really never disappoints. It's very good. That's why it's like so worn out. I have already read some of these on here, and so it's very good. And it was one of my mom's favorites. There's also God Calling, though. I think I've read one, though that one I can find online, so it's interesting. And on another topic, I am exhausted. I went out canvassing Saturday. I think I said that. But, I've decided to step back a little from trying to talk to megas because they are so very nasty and mean. I had one say to me that, and I don't really know this person, so, and he came to mine first and left incorrect meme, the meme that was going around that they were saying Jesus is Lord at the Harris rally, and she shut them down, and that isn't even what they were saying. So it's false information. And then they don't go, oh, thank you. Oh, okay, I can see where someone could just, put that in there to make her look bad. And yeah, I believe you. They're not going to say that. And this man was so, nasty. And I didn't really even know him. And it kind of makes sense to me now because he was the best friend of my brother-in-law who passed away. And their father, my ex's, and my brother-in-law's father is a narcissist. So it would really make sense that he would make, and this is an Italian man, an Italian narcissistic man like my father-in-law. And I'm like, it kind of makes sense that he would have a friend that's like that, because that's what I'm finding. And it's just like, I need to have my Harris Walls shirt on because I feel like it's a narcissist. Well, it's not really. They'll come at you. The mean ones will come at you. But anyways, it's good to realize these things, and I'm not gonna debate with them anymore. It is really useless, and it's been very triggering. So this man threatened that, and a couple of them have. They're very fear-mongering. They've threatened that Harris is going to start a war, and yeah, it's just awful. I'm ready for this election to be over and for Harris to win. That'll be such a relief. If she doesn't win, which I just don't even want to think that way. I'm pretty sure she's gonna win, and I'm really excited. I might even go to the inauguration in January. I'm super excited. Yeah, and I just I feel like I'm wasting my time now talking to them, and they're not reasonable. They're totally, they got like, no, we're not going to see anything good. No, we're not going to see anything good with Harris. And then they're like, oh, he did this, that's good, he did this. Yeah, and just totally ignoring, like January 6th, totally ignoring 34 felony counts. He's a sexual offender. You know, now the thing's coming out that he praised Hitler. I mean, it's exhausting. It's exhausting trying to talk to these people. So I'm done, but you know, I'll still be talking about it on my live. I still will say I went to a couple people's, I'm kind of proud of the fact that Sarah Palin blocked me. I'm kind of proud of the fact because I used to love Sarah Palin, and she's endorsed Trump, and I didn't even know she was around or doing anything anymore. You know, I thought she was retired. And that's what I said to her. I said, you should have retired rather than, you know, that would have been 100% better than endorsing Trump. So yeah, I'm getting into the politics, and I'm not sorry. I feel like this is really important. Never in history has it been like this, that there's so many people in this dangerous cult. Yes, I'm going to say it. Supporting an evil man who wants to be a dictator. I mean, it's never in history has been. This isn't a normal election. This is not normal. This has never been like this before. So, yeah. And I don't, you know, I'll say one thing. I went to Conda Pierce is a Christian comedian. She posted Danny Gokey's. I commented on Danny Gokey's, but as far as people going back and forth, somebody, you know, can ask me a question. Someone on my YouTube said, you know, how do you square how do you square abortion with your Christian beliefs? And so I told them, you know, I said, I don't believe in it personally for myself, but I don't want to put my morals on others. When they're safe and legal, there's less of them. And before, when I was against abortion, I did not know that it would be against giving a woman who miscarries a D&C when she needs that so she doesn't get an infection and die. I didn't know that before. I was very uninformed Republican. I was a Republican for 20 years. So, yeah. So they'll ask me that, I'll answer, and then I'll say, how can you square your Christian beliefs with voting for a felon, sex offender, you know, and all that, liar. All he does is lie. Every freaking word he says. Gosh, fact check. I know you're lying because your lips are moving. But anyways, you know, and there's some maggot that, you know, that are nice and don't call me names. But still, I'm not going to waste my time going back and forth with them. It's exhausting. It's a waste of time. And it's kind of like I said to someone yesterday or last night, that it's kind of like talking to my ex-husband. You know, he would get me to go on and talk, you know, try to talk some sense into him. And, you know, I'm wasting my breath. It's, you know, it's like talking to a wall. So, you know, it's just a waste of time. I could better spend my time in posting things to my social media. I have over 7,000 followers on Facebook, you know, Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest, TikTok. So my time is better spent in sharing videos there. So, I'm going to go now. Don't say that no one cares for you, because I do, and God does too. Don't forget to pray for Red, because Red is praying for you. Bye.